Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. This is my second video on this account and I'm loving it, even though I had about 10 views in my last video, so if you haven't watched my first video, please watch it. Okay. Today's video, I thought I would talk about all the books that I have rated 5 stars so far on my reading journey. I've been reading for about 2.5 years, I'd say, like properly. So let's just talk about them. Now, I know that there's a few that I would probably not rate 5-star now. Reading tastes change. It's okay if you look back at a book and go, I probably wouldn't have rated 5-star. We're gonna go and start from my first 5-star book. I did start with Colleen Hoover. Yes, I did. And you know what? I'm not shy about it. It's fine. It is what it is. It's just a bit sentimental at this point. It ends with Us. Wow, shock, horror. That is my first ever 5-star read. Genuinely really loved it at the time. Like, I thought it was incredible. Now, this book did get me into reading. Like, it got me reading books. I honestly give a lot of credit to that because I never ever read. Would I rate it 5-star now? Probably not. No, I wouldn't. I'd probably rate it like maybe like a 3, 3.5. I don't know, you know. I would love to reread that one day just to see how much I would enjoy it now. My next 5-star was Verity. Now, I actually think, okay, it might not be a 5-star, but I still recommend this book, to be honest, because it's very different to all the other Colleen Hoover books, and it's like a mystery sort of, I don't know if it's like a thriller, it's like a mystery sort of romance, I guess. The ending is kind of up to interpretation, which I really love. Now, Ugly Love. Ugly Love I rated 5-star apparently. I would not rate Ugly Love 5-star now at all. Probably about a 3-star. I mean, look, it's a fun read, alright? But it's not a masterpiece, and it's definitely not something to be raving about. Like, some of the things that the characters say in this book, I'm like, was that really in here? I'm actually going to take these glasses off because I am scared you're getting a bit of a glare and that's really annoying. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Okay, I rated the first book and the last book of the trilogy 5 stars. It is a little bit slow now looking back. You follow the girl Pip, who ends up, I think in the first book, she ends up writing a piece of paper for her school about the girl that went missing in her local town. She ends up having to interview a lot of people, so you read a lot of the interviews and you solve what happened to the girl. The last book is quite like, whoa, like it's a bit, whoa. I'd be interested to know what it's like listening to it. I feel like maybe listening to it might be a bit better because of the interviews. It's a fun trilogy for sure. The next 5-star is A Silent Patient. I'm surprised I rated that 5-star, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought it was good, but would I say it's a 5-star book now? No. The twist kind of got me, but kind of didn't. Things We Never Got Over. Oh my god, the Knock 'Em Out series. That was so cute, but they're hefty books. Oh my god. Lucy Score loves to write a lot of words. They're really, really cute though. First one 5-star, and the third one I think I also rated 5-star. Things We Never Got Over, so that's the first one. Probably wouldn't rate it 5-star now. Probably rate it like a good 4-star. I think it was a little bit too long. It was a fun small town romance because of the fact that there was like another plot that was more of like a mystery crime sort of plot, if you get me. Definitely not 5-star now, probably like a 4-star, but still good. And then we have Sarah J Maas. I'm just going to very quickly breeze through Sarah J Maas just because all those series are very, very spoken about, and I just want you to know that I do love them so much. But I do think a lot of other books deserve love as well. I rated all of ACOTAR 5-star, aside from Small Novella. To this day, it's still one of my favourite fantasy series of all time. The series that really like made me fall in love with reading. Would I rate the first book a 5-star still? It's really tricky, and I really can't wait to reread ACOTAR because I know a lot of people are like, oh no, the first book's not that great. I loved the first book when I read it. I thought it was incredible, and it was good enough for me to carry on. So do you know what? I'm going to stick by the 5-star. Throne of Glass, I rated Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash 5-star. Queen of Shadows, Kingdom of Ash, 6-star, god tier, sensational, no. Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, I tandem read them, which I have no regrets at all. Would I rate them 5-star? I don't know. I actually don't know. I'd probably rate them like really close to 5-star, maybe like 4.75. I think Tower of Dawn would probably be like, yeah, 4.75, maybe a 4.5, and then Empire of Storms would be 4.75. I know they're really slow books, but there are some really good moments in these stories. And then we've got Crescent City, which I absolutely love. Crescent City, and I think it's so underrated, but very confusing at the beginning, but just give it time. It is amazing. It's sensational. I love the fact that it's set in like more of a present day, so it's like an urban fantasy. Would I rate all of them 5-star, which I have? First one, yes. books. Maybe the second one, I'd probably again put like 4.75. There was a point where I was a bit confused because there were so many POVs. Things were happening that I didn't really care about, and same with the third one. Now at the same time, I did sort of care about them. I didn't really understand at the time why it was relevant, but then it did become relevant. So maybe they are 5-star. Listen, Crescent City has a lot of things going on basically, so it's kind of hard to say. The Empyrean series. Now I rated all 3 of them 5-star. Looking back, Iron Flame, definitely not 5-star. It's probably like a 3.5 star for me. The book just felt really rushed for me. Like there was so many mistakes. It was a bit all over the place. She was just so moany and I just can't deal. Fourth Wing and Onyx Storm, 100%. 5-star. Will recommend the series to everyone and their mother. Oh my god, the Caraval series. So I rated the second book Legendary 5 stars. People don't appreciate the series enough. It is a magical kind of circusy-esque world. You're not supposed to know what is going on. You're not. When I was reading it, I was like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm loving it. I'm just going with the vibe, going with the flow. Like, let's just see what happens. And that is a best way to go about books, okay? Especially books like Caraval, that is meant to confuse you. It's meant to make you not understand what's going on. That is definitely a 5-star for me. I need to sort my hair out. Like, look, this little bit of hair. Oh, where's my hairbrush? And then we've got Once Upon a Broken Heart. This follows on after Caraval. Like, I will always recommend reading Caraval first, just because you then really understand the backstory. Also meet the MMC of Once Upon a Broken Heart in Caraval, and you get to know his character a little bit more, so you kind of see what is not what is coming, but like I feel like you just have a bigger appreciation of the MMC when you read Caraval. But you can just read Once Upon a Broken Heart on its own. Second book I rated a 5-star. 100 times yes, I'll still rate a 5-star. Beautiful. That is such a good second book, and it did not suffer from like middle book syndrome, anything like that. Like, it was incredible. I loved it, and the ending, you're like, what is gonna happen? Yeah, so good. Shatter Me series. Now listen, it's one of those that will stay very, very close to my heart. I rated the third book Ignite Me and Defy Me, which is the 5th book, as 5-star. Would I still rate them 5-star now? It's a tricky one. I think if I'm comparing them to the rest of the series, then yeah, absolutely. But like comparing them to a lot of the books that I have read, probably not. I'll probably rate them like 4.5. Shatter Me is not gonna be for everyone, but the romance side of this like hits different when you finish or you come close to the end of the series. You're like, oh right, that makes a lot of sense, and it's just so cute and adorable and wholesome. But also it's like a dystopian world. It is so good. I don't want to really explain that one because I feel like you need to just go in blind with it, to be honest. Letters of Enchantment, Divine Rivals and Rufus Vows. I rated Rufus Vows 5-star. Would I rate it 5-star now? Do you know what? Probably not. I feel like not that much happened, but also a lot happened at the same time. I remember bits being really slow. I remember it being not as interesting in some places, but I mean the second book is definitely better than the first in my opinion. There's a lot more that goes on. I'd probably rate it like 4.5. The Cat and Mouse duet. Okay, Haunting and Hunting Adeline. I know this series isn't, or duet even, is not going to be for everyone. If you're not a dark romance reader, just don't read it. Don't read it. Like, you don't need to. Rated both of the books 5-star. It was my first dark romance ever, so I went right in the deep end. It's a really difficult duet to speak about, if I'm completely honest, because it touches on so many difficult, scary topics, and that is why I liked it. Powerless was my next 5-star. Powerless. I was obsessed. Like, I put on the audiobook straight after finishing it because I just wanted to hear Kai and Payden. I loved the way that Kai would speak to Payden. It was so romantic. Like, there was so many quotes that I got, and then it just went downhill from there. So yeah, I'm sad. And now that like I've read the rest of the series and I'm just so disappointed in it, it's kind of like downgraded the first book for me a little bit. Before it was kind of like God tier level 6 stars for me. It's probably still like a 5-star, but like not God tier. One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns. I will always recommend this duology. Both of them, I'm still sticking by my 5-star, I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely loved and adore. Rachel Gillig is probably one of my favorite authors because of her like originality in worlds. You have powers from cards and you have to collect a certain number of them to like strengthen the power, I think. Also, she has like this random monster voice in her mind. Gothic vibes, love it, so good, will always recommend. The 7 Year Slip, I always recommend this as well. My favorite standalone contemporary romance is got magical realism, it's super fun, super sweet. The messaging behind it is amazing. The FMC moves into her old grandma's flat. The flat has got a magical sort of element to it where sometimes it jumps back in time by 7 years. I'm pretty sure it is back in time by 7 years. I always get confused whether it's forward or back, but I think it's back. Oh, she finds a random man in her apartment and she's like, what are you doing? What is going on? And obviously they navigate that relationship. But in the present tense, he's not around. That's what I'm gonna say. The Grace Year, God tier. One of those books that everyone and the mother and the cat and the son has to read. You think you're reading about something and it's completely different. It also covers a lot of important topics like men thinking they're superior, ruling over women and making all the decisions and stuff like that. Girls, I think they're at 16 or maybe younger. When they, you know, reach womanhood, they have to go to their grace year and they spend a year away. At first you obviously don't know what it is, but you experience this year with the group of girls and it's so interesting. You really see what a mind can do to you. I spoke about this in my first video. Yeah, it's one of those books that I always recommend. These Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds. So I rated the second book, These Hollow Vows, 5-star. Would I rate it 5-star now? Probably not. I'd probably rate it like a solid 4-star. Don't get me wrong, I think it's such a great duology. I think it's a duology because I don't want to read the rest of the series. The first 2 books are about a particular character and that story kind of finished and I'm done with it. I've had mixed opinions on the rest of the book, so I'm just gonna, it's a duology for me. Did really like it, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a 5-star now. I feel like Zodiac Academy is not for everyone, but I did rate the 3rd, 5th, 6th and the last book 5 stars. Do I still stick by them? Probably. Zodiac Academy is one of those series that's not gonna be perfect and you will either love or hate it, and that's okay. I absolutely loved it. I loved it for the characters. The character development is incredible, fan family incredible, romance tropes and stuff incredible, loved it. And the naturals, oh my god, the 3rd book, all in I rated 5-star. I don't think I rated any other ones 5-star. I probably wouldn't rate it a 5-star now. I'd probably say like a solid 4-star because I do remember really enjoying it and I read it super quickly, I'm pretty sure. Really easy to read, the naturals in general. The chapters are literally like 4 minutes long. It's great. A group of young adults, I think they're young adults, who have like a particular skill from past trauma and they use that skill to help FBI agents solve cold cases. But there's also this overarching bigger plot that they find themselves in and they end up needing to solve as well. Oh, Kill Switch, Devil's Night series. Oh, okay. This man has got a lot of trauma, okay? But the romance is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it's traumatic, it is devastating. There's a lot that happens, goes on and whatever, but each book focuses on one couple and there's 4 main books in total. They are masked men, but not really. Like, all that happens is the 30th of October, so the day before Halloween, they dress up, put their masks on and cause like chaos in their town. Now the series starts with 3 out of the 4 of them coming out of prison. It's dual POV and dual timeline, so you've got the present and the past. So the present is when they're older and they come out of prison. The past is when they're still like at school. This is probably Penelope Douglas's best work. Oh, apparently I rated Nightfall 5-star as well. I probably wouldn't rate that one 5-star now. I probably think it would be like 4.75. I do think it was a bit too long for me. I think it could have been a little bit shorter. Then we've got Quicksilver. Right on topic. So Quicksilver, would I still rate it 5-star? I feel like I did love it. I did. I love the fact that there's like fae and vampires. I've never read a book like that. There's obviously alchemy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would. It's not like God tier, but yeah, I'll probably say it's still 5-star. Listen, I love Magnolia Parks. I do. I rated quite a few of them 5-star, I think. I rated the 3rd, 4th and the 5th in the Magnolia Parks universe 5-star. Love them. Love. I still stick by them. I absolutely adore this series. It's not for everyone, but the writing for me is just something else. It's beautiful, it's gut-wrenching, there's so many quotes, but also so toxic and so real. Like, the characters just feel so freaking real. Love the whole story. Honestly, every time I think about Magnolia Parks, I'm like, I actually just want to enter that world again. I need another book ASAP. The way the writing is, it's beautiful, but it's also written as if someone is talking to you, so it's not necessarily perfectly written. Like, it's, you know, there'll be words that repeat themselves, the grammar won't be 100% right, and I don't know, like, to me, I'm not that bothered about it. As long as I resonate with the characters and like the story, I will enjoy it, basically. Edge of Darkness trilogy, my favorite dark romance trilogy of all time. Insatiable and Voracious are my 5 stars. Voracious especially, like, that's God tier for me. Definitely second chance romance, but it's also really heartbreaking because when you learn what happens with the couple and why they didn't work out and all that stuff, honestly, it is the most traumatizing, heartbreaking thing you will ever read in your life, but it's also incredible. You are always like feeling really on edge, not knowing what's going to happen next, who's going to stay alive, who's gonna help, who's gonna save the day. Like, it's just, yeah, the boy has trauma, so much trauma. You just want to give him a big fat hug. Oh, just, yeah, love it. I'm not changing my rating. We've got 7 on the Wings of Night. The first book is 5-star and I will stick by it. The first book I absolutely loved. The whole like trials element, great. Vampires, amazing. The MMC moody pathful, we all love that. Like, what more do we need? The series does go downhill from here. I'm literally telling myself it's a duology with a couple of novellas and that's it. I'm gonna call it a day. So heartbreaking, but the first book definitely 5-star. The Conditions of Will by Jessica Hastings. Would I rate it 5-star now? Actually, do you know what? Maybe not. Maybe like a 4.75. Just because I did love it. I did really love it, which is why obviously I rated it 5 stars to begin with. Not her best work, but I still thought it was amazing. It's very heavy in like belief, religion. The main character that you follow, she moved away from home. She found out her dad had a heart attack and he unfortunately passed away, so she has to come back for the funeral and spend time with her family, and she uncovers a lot of secrets to do with her dad and just what happens with her family and stuff, and you also learn why she doesn't get along with them. It's a really frustrating book to read actually. I would say the toxicity is the family toxicity rather than like the relationship side, but obviously there is a huge romance element too, and Sam is honestly one of the sweetest boys I've ever read. Like, oh, I love him so much. There was like this huge gap where I did not rate a book 5-star for such a long time, so I read The Conditions of Will. The next sort of like 5-star god tier read I had was Manacled, which was May. I'm not entirely sure what the etiquette is of fan fiction, but Manacled put me in the biggest, not like slump, because I was still really enjoying reading books, but I just couldn't rate another book 5-star for a while. So that's May. I haven't rated a book 5-star until Nightshade, which is October. So it took me 5 months to rate a book 5-star after Manacled. Yeah. Nightshade is definitely right book, right time. Like, I absolutely loved it. I loved the banter, I loved the tension, the yearning, the flirting. They flirted via email, via crosswords. Like, what more do you need? Okay, would I still rate this 5-star? Probably. This style of book, definitely a 5-star. We've got Project Hail Mary. I listened to this as an audiobook and I will recommend this until the day I die. This is a god tier 6-star for me, not just a 5, it's a 6-star. I think it's such a good listen. If you've never really listened to audiobooks, you can't really get into them. I think Project Hail Mary is really fun. It is sci-fi. I don't really like sci-fi, but I absolutely loved this. The narrator just gets into every single character. He does accents. He makes you feel like you're part of the world, and also the story is super bittersweet, to be honest. He wakes up on a spaceship in the middle of space, no idea why, and then there's like dual timelines where you go back in the past and you learn the kind of events that happened leading up to him entering that ship, and then also what happens when he's on that ship and what he discovers. So pretty cool, pretty interesting. I would always recommend. So I'm sticking by my rating, and I think that's it. I have definitely become much stricter rating books 5 stars, but do you know what, that's okay. Everyone's reading taste change, and also you get exposed to a lot more books, you have a lot more comparison. I was also looking, I rated a lot of books 4-star and a lot of books like 4.5, 4.75, and I'm like, I definitely wouldn't rate that now. It doesn't matter, like, this is all just for fun anyway. Like, I'm not actually going to physically go change the rating on Goodreads. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. If you've stayed until the very end, I'm so excited and happy for you to be here, and yeah, see you in my next one.